at kind of gyms for like a solution to create a gym for youth. Like let's say you're doing a youth center or whatever, kind of like the White Buffalo, and looking at all options. And I found this fabric building. You ever see those fabric buildings? It's basically the frame is shaped like this, kind of, and it just goes long, and then the fabric goes on top of it. Focus, man.
Yeah, you were freezing up
You know
there. I mean? Yeah.
I don't know why it's not
freezing up.
Fabric building. Yeah, it might freeze up a bit because I'm trying to download. Still?
Downloading? No, you're good now.
It's really. Oh, it's in my closet. Let me close this, broski. Yeah, I had to stop QuickBooks. It was downloading my stuff from my bank. To stop that. All right. It did show a live count, but I don't see anything. So if anyone is on, let us know where you're watching from. Let us know in the chat box, the message box. Unless I'm still freezing.
First Nation.
I gotta close a bunch of stuff.
Is that your gaming computer?
There we go, hopefully.
Tansei Kim Lone Chat.
Oh, there we go. What's up, Kim? First Nation Voice and Disabled First Adventure says hello to everyone. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so I got a quote from that gym. Let's see how much this one is. It doesn't, because it seems like the building itself is like 30,000 if you were just to do the building. This might be an option.
Like for a youth center.
What's up, Shelly Cottrell from Oregon? Good to see you in the house. We're just chatting. Fireside chat live. Getting you guys, getting connected with you guys. Yeah.
Is that kind of how the like the
I really
Enoch?
want to make it happen, and there's options for it. So I figure out what I could do to make it happen.
You know how Enoch Arbor is? Is that
Shelly Cottrell? Hi from Oregon. Do we only have 2 viewers online today?
We got boring. Anin Bojunichi?
Kind of, not really, but it's not metal like that. Well, I guess you could. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Your sound is kind of high, Nate. You might want to just turn your mic down a tad.
Is that better? Better? Is that better?
A little bit.
Still high?
Kind of. What's up, Gerald? What's up, Stanley Martin? There it is, a little better, yeah. Hello, Creek. You're watching. No, not now. That's good. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to get some water, get some drink.
Tante Solo Cree, Tessa Grantham. Where y'all coming in from? Let us know. We have Milwaukee. Hey, Melanie, share what Milwaukee means. We all forget. I forget. From what I heard in Wayne's World, I don't know if those were true teachings or not from Alice Cooper. To give us some insight on what Milwaukee means and in what language, what tribe does that word come from? I'm interested to learn something new today, or refresh the memory from Wayne's World. Here in Winnipeg, checking your page out.
Party time. Excellent.
Oh, damn. Is
What's up, Gerald from Winnipeg?
Do you remember what Milwaukee means?
The what?
Milwaukee. Milwaukee.
Oh yeah, we
Do
had
you
that.
remember?
Hey, last time.
Yeah, I like
I
it.
forget, man. Holy man.
Yeah, I don't remember. I was
I'm from
asking
Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Melanie. Mhm. Oh,
I need an assistance in making Wounded Warriors sports days and powwow. I'm getting compensation for 35 plus years of hell carrying around their magic juice. Man, if you want to create an event, you know, you need a sponsorship package, just kind of laying out what you're trying to do. Unless you don't need sponsors, then you can kind of just do it. You just need to organize the event schedule, who you're hiring for the powwow, all the people in place for the powwow. And I don't know what you would want to do for sports days, what sports you're doing, but yeah, definitely an awesome initiative, especially to get the youth and the people together powwowing. But some assistance. I don't know what kind of assistance you're actually needing. Let us know.
power time.
What I need assistance on is accounting. Holy man, I don't like numbers. I don't like all that. But QuickBooks is making it pretty easy for me to. It just connects to your bank and then it kind of puts everything in order.
You have that app.
Whenever you're using a new.
You can take a picture of your.
It's different. It's different because there's QuickBooks desktop and then there's QuickBooks online, and I don't have the online. The online is where you can take pictures and it documents everything automatically. Hey, Solo Creezon, did you see him? What's up, brothers? Hope all is well. Much love, brother. I'll be seeing you. I don't know if you're in Loon Lake at all, but I'll be there.
When are you going?
Tomorrow, I think.
Actually, just for the weekend, or?
Yeah, we had a pass in our family. We have to go. Have to go back. Yeah.
I have to go.
Support the family. How was your visit this weekend?
It was good. With the in-laws, yeah, it was good. Took the father-in-law out to the bush and showed him some trails. Now he wants to come back, bring his side-by-side, and want to go.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What trails did you guys go to?
Just out here on Sutina, the campground area.
Yeah.
So he wants to go exploring. We just walked and saw some moose tracks, and he wants to go further in there. It's pretty icy and still pretty wet, muddy. So
nice.
Yeah.
Enough to get dirty.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Oh yeah. My cousin is going out to the blood tribe this weekend. I think I might go.
Yeah.
He's gonna connect me with one of his buddies that lives out there to take me out. You should come. Oh yeah, you're going though, hey? Yeah, we're gonna go look for some turkeys.
Oh really?
Man,
I wish. Yeah, I got a lot of things coming up. I got a MC for an elders conference on Monday, and then right after that I have am I
frozen?
Freezing? Yeah. Or are you just staying really still?
No, you were paused. You had a nice good.
Yeah, so Power Times, you got hired, or I had to do an MC event and dancing online. A lot of dancing and performances. It's coming up. Where are you guys from? So from Treaty 6 territory, northwest Saskatchewan. Now I live in central Alberta, and Broski's right now in Calgary area.
Yeah, but I'm from Treaty 4 territory. Zagame and Anishinaabe. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Today, if you guys don't know, if you're first time online here, we go live every Wednesday to kind of connect with you guys and get some input from you guys, make new relationships as well. And basically, it's like a fireside chat. If we're all together by a fire, we could talk, and that's why we have on Nate's side right there all the comments.
Yeah, that's close to Carry the Kettle, Gerald. Probably half an hour away from Carry the Kettle. Where Carry the Kettle is south of the number one highway, we're north of the number one highway. Just a little more east though, northeast from Carry the Kettle.
CTK.
Yeah.
I think there was a story of the Carry the Kettle because it's a little pocket there. That's what is it? Lakota.
Yeah. Lakota, I think. Yeah.
They were connected. They were connected to that South Dakota, North Dakota tribes.
Oh yeah.
They came up, and even Sitting Bull and them, they came up to where Nate lives. They stayed there for a while.
Yeah.
And then with Crowfoot. Yeah. And then Nez Perce were coming up, man. They were trying to make it up to
Canada?
to that area. Oh, Carry the Kettle or Ojibwe.
No, I'm pretty sure they're Nakota. No,
yeah, they're Nakota.
Yeah. Nakota Nation. They're Nakota Nation. Yeah, I have a bunch of friends from there too. Yeah, that's interesting. They're so the Nez Perce we're trying to make it up from and to Canada.
Yeah, they were trying to get on there. There was a plight of the Nez Perce, and when they left, they were all like real. I guess you would say like they had gold, they had horses, they had nice regalia. They were just well off. By the time they got caught, man, they had like literally nothing, right?
Yeah.
They were just trying to live peacefully, man, and they were going all the way up. And they, when they were almost at the Canadian border, they kind of slowed down, and they're like, we're safe, we're good, we could slow down now, and that's where they got caught by slowing down. If they would have just kept that pace, they would have made it. But
got caught by who?
I think it was Miles, that General Miles. And,
okay. Where did you learn about this?
I listened to the audiobook. It's called Plight of the Nez Perce. It's a dope one, man.
Okay. Yeah. I'm into listening. I finished Black Elk, so I'm looking for my next audiobook. So Plight of the Nez Perce.
That one I really enjoyed. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and just kind of learning the history. And people go down to just past the border where they battled, and they still find artifacts there of that last battle there. It's crazy. Hey, what's up, Eric Bearspaw, Wee Man, the most famous guy. I love your beaded hat. Thank you. This was a gift from my wife.
Yeah.
And so
Plight of the Nez Perce.
I'm pretty sure that's.
I think audiobooks are. I think those are awesome because it's bringing back just the oral, the oral history, and you learn stories. Yeah, and there was a native. I remember hearing somebody say the time I lost my memory when I started writing things down. So it's better to remember through listening.
Through listening to it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's called Chief Joseph and the Flight of the Nez Perce.
Chief Joseph
and The Flight of the Nez Perce by Kent Nurbird.
No, I don't know. Is it on Audible?
Yeah, I just looked it up.
And the flight of the Nez Pierce. All right.
Did you get it?
Nope.
It's there. I'll send you a link after. But I was
Okay.
listening to Shoe Dog by Phil Knight, how he created Nike. And
Okay.
what was interesting was in the beginning, when he was in his early 20s, he went to to Japan and all these different places. And part of it was just to experience life, and the other part was to go to Japan directly to find suppliers for shoes.
Yeah.
And what he was doing during that time was he was always telling his vision. At 25 years old, he was always like, you know what, I'm going to start this. I want to do a shoe company. And he kept telling people, even though he had no resources and he didn't really know people. And I just like, man, that's me and Nate right now. We're talking about, getting land and talking about, growing a sustainable community and living off the land kind of thing. And I was thinking about the question, what people are saying, well, how about on the reservation or how about on the reserve, right? Because last time when we were talking about it, all those comments were coming in about that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's different than a reservation. Our reserves in Canada, and Canada they're called reserves because they're reserved and they're held in trust by the Indian Act. So we don't really own the land on the reserve here in Canada, and we don't even own the houses. Those are in trust too with the Indian Act. And so, we want a little more control over things. So the reason why we're thinking of getting that land that we could utilize and grow is to have that a little bit of that ownership. And even though our ways too is we don't even own the land. I was listening to what's it called, WrestleMeans talk. I think it was WrestleMeans or Oral Lions, Oren Lions. And he's like, when they first came, the settlers came and they said, we want to buy land. They laughed because they had no concept of that. Like, you can't buy land. It's like buying air, right? Everyone can share the air and breathe the air. Everyone has access to air, right? We share it together. And so when that's how they thought about land, right? You can't buy land, right? This is land that we all share, we all use. But then when you fly in the airplane, you see all the little squares of people who claimed ownership of land, which is funny. But
yeah, and that's I think now that we have an understanding of this colonial system and how they utilize land, and I think we could play their game finally. Play their game and beat them.
You have
them at their own game.
Yeah. And one of the things, especially in where we're at, Western Canada, agriculture is still like a big thing. And so they want people to be agricultural. And so there's loopholes and ways to acquire land through agricultural grants that I'm looking at. And so I'm going to use that system with, to see what we could do to acquire some of this through their system, right?
Yeah. Like, I don't even know how much space 10,000 acres is. It'd be awesome to go and check that person out that reached out and just get an idea of how much 10,000 acres covers, because if she reached out, and maybe we can go and learn some things and get some tips.
I was also thinking of like a Bible camp that's not being used that they want to sell or something, because all that's in place,
So they have a Bible camp?
No, I just
Or
thought about that the other day, and I actually I made a contact with the largest church in our area just to see what kind of relationships that could be created, right?
okay.
And see, buy us a Bible camp. No, I'm just
Yeah. Well, I imagine like I imagine there's people that would be willing to or would reach out to maybe set up an event that on our land, that like something like a Bible camp or something, some kind
yeah,
of event that they might want to host on our land, and they could
yeah.
have access.
We gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
Hey, Uncle Richard and Auntie Lana Street. Good to see you guys. Hopefully everything is good over there. Eric, you didn't need a vaccination card to cross the border? Let me know. I want to know that. I want to know what I heard this might be a rumor, but you might need that World Health Organization vaccination card to cross the borders. And yeah, that's something I would like to know, see if that's actually a thing.
Oh, yeah, to travel, hey? This, yeah, I don't know about traveling yet. It's gonna be different.
Yeah.
It's gonna be about, where I wouldn't mind going is the, like, Northwest Territories or the Yukon for this summer. Just at least, I'd like to go there for maybe a week. So there's this, that time I picked up a 19-year-old. He was from France and he was a student. And I was on my way to Regina from Calgary, and he had a sign that said Regina, and I pulled into a gas station in Medicine Hat, and he had a sign that said Regina. I was with my brother, and I was taking my two boys back to their mom, and then so I was like, oh, I'm going to Regina, what the hell, I'll just pick this guy up. He could barely speak English, but he spoke English, and so we got to talking, asking him, where he was coming from and that. And yeah, he said that he flew into Montreal and started hitchhiking across Canada. And he started in May, and it was already September. So he hitchhiked across Canada from Montreal. He went up to the Northwest Territories, Yukon, and then down to BC. He made it to the island, Vancouver Island, and then he was hitchhiking back east, back to Montreal to catch his flight back to France. And he was going back to school like after he got back to France, and I was like, holy smokes, man! I didn't even go to like any, like, probably half those places that he went and where he made it. So I was inspired to go and explore my own backyard rather than flying to different countries to go and to go travel and that. And I'd like to just see what's like more of Canada, I guess. And then he was sharing stories about like where he camped the night before I picked him up. He camped in a church lawn in Calgary here, and then he made his way back east. He said it was getting cold for camping outside, but even some of the places he said he camped were in Northwest Territories, were just like untouched land along the river. He said he survived mostly on rice and beans, and some like indigenous people gave him smoked salmon and smoked meat when he was up there in the Yukon. So he said he was trying to fish, he was trying to snare rabbits, but he couldn't catch anything. So it was interesting that, like, he was only 19 and he was taking that leap of faith and hitchhiking across a country he's never been to. He's never, he's just always, he liked the wilderness and all of that, so he wanted to see more of that. So that's what kind of made him
Yeah.
hitchhike across Canada and up to the north. And he said he had a couch surfing app, and he said that he would just crash on people's couches in the cities anyways, but there was no place to crash like that up in the Northwest Territories, the Yukon, BC, and places like that. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
something I want to check out now, more of Canada.
That's interesting, man. Right on. Look, it says you don't need a vaccination card. U.S. honors Native peoples' travels for prayers and ceremonies. I hope that's still the case in the summer. I'd like to go down to a few powwows. Also, I know Uncle Richard has his Sundance. I've been wanting to go, and so hopefully I can make it down that way that time. Hey boys, John Miller here from Six Nations, Ontario.
Don't say.
Is that where,
Hey.
like, what is it called? I can't think of it now, but the U.S. Constitution was made from
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we the people.
the philosophy of
Yeah, the Six Nations, Haudenosaunee, Oneida, the different nations.
I got looking into Bible camps, and it's kind of like what we want to do, right? They have all these acres of land. They're able to camp there and hike and live sustainable. Like they do all these things, right? It's like maybe we need to figure out how did they acquire that? How did they make that happen? And just kind of go through the same process.
Yeah. Whereas, like, so, Bible camps, don't those just happen for, like, kind of a couple days or a week? Or how long do those happen for?
I know, I'm just saying, like, they own the land, though, and they have these structures built, and it's like 100, like some of these are 120 acres. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what if we hit up that angle, you know, indigenous camp, right? Yeah, we'll cut the Bible out of it, that's for sure. I'm just trying to figure out the algorithm, Joey. We're looking for the algorithm. That's what we're looking for. And like, how did they get the land, and how did, you know, it was probably from, obviously, like church funding, you know, that's probably how they made it happen. Charitable donations.
Is Power Times charitable or just a nonprofit?
Just a nonprofit. The charitable status takes it over here anyway. It's a long process to actually make happen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But you could kind of partner with a charitable organization, let's say the Boys and Girls Club or Red Deer Museum, things like that, and then you know, they get the money, they offer the receipts, and then they donate to your nonprofit, right? That's a way around it. Hey, Nate and Pat, how are things going in Canada? Sending everyone virtual sage blessings. Thank you, brother. Things are melting. That spring solstice is here. The sage will be, the sap will be running through the trees soon, and we'll be, I'm going to go and get some teepee lodge poles here pretty soon, as that sap starts running, and set up our teepee outside our house. I'm excited for that.
Where do you get your poles? Do you have to go get fresh poles, or where are you getting poles from?
We're going to get some fresh ones and teach the kids how to dress it, and we're going to go by Rimby, kind of where my mom lives, and then there's a little place over there.
Okay.
We'll go at.
Are you guys?
So, if you want to come and teach your boy.
Yeah, you'll have to let us know when you're going out and when you're going to be doing that. I'm down to get out and do land-based stuff. Yeah.
My freezer though is running out of. I'm on my last moose meat pack. I think I got a couple deer packs left, but that's it. I didn't get enough.
And well, it's
So
it's hard to hunt right now because you wouldn't be able to tell if they're a bull or a cow. Hey, they already shed their antlers, so they're looking like they could be either a bull or a cow unless they got the beard.
Yeah.
It's geese and turkey season right now. You gotta hunt some geese.
I might have to do fishing. I'm not too into fish for eating.
Oh yeah.
Might have to do it though, and get a couple of birch bark canoes made and go out.
Yeah, I plan to do a land-based camp this year. I've never did a land-based.
We actually got a wapoose the other day when Nate was down. Yeah. We could do that as well. We could do some small game.
Yeah.
That means it's time to go hunt that turkey you were talking about a few weeks ago.
That was last week we were talking about
They started Bigfoot hunting here in Oklahoma. Hey, Danelle Joe, did you see that post that said they're giving I think a $2 million reward whoever captures Bigfoot? I don't know if that's in your area. I seen that on a Facebook post. They don't know though. You can't catch Bigfoot, right? It's a spirit. It walks in both worlds, and so that's why when you see it, it's gone right away. You'll see the footprints, and then it's gone. Oh, so it is over there. Danelle Joe. That's what was told to me. Navajo. Are you live in the Navajo Nation? I just heard the Navajo Nation has 0 COVID cases now and 0 deaths. I don't know if that's true because it was once the highest. But I seen that Facebook post there. He's a spirit, can't ever catch him, but they're watching. Yeah, that's right. Skinwalker. I heard about the Skinwalker. I read up on it a little bit. And I know there's a documentary about the Skinwalker. I don't know if it's on Prime Video or Netflix, one of them. I heard it's pretty... I don't know if it's a documentary or a movie called The Skinwalker. The Bigfoot, it's a Skinwalker. Laugh out loud, I'm kidding. We'll start creating some new legends here on this fireside chat. Did you know the Bigfoot was a Skinwalker? Yeah, I'm just kidding.
He's a Bigfoot king too.
Yeah.
Is there? Yeah, and other than that, that meeting that we were on last time, Nate is on right now, so maybe we can catch a little bit of it, but I'm not sure. Navajo cops.
Yeah, for the community garden that they're setting up in Red Deer. Have you connected with them again?
So the community garden is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was on their thing lately. Ginio, but with Chase Bull, the legendary fancy dancer, has graced us with his presence. What's up, brother? Hopefully things are good on your end. Also, if anyone is needing any shirts or any kind of designs made on a sweater or whatever, that's the guy right there. Kenio Gnipowit. Message him. He'll make your team shirts, your reservation shirts. Almost said certs.
Did you inquire about that corner piece of land there by Sylvan? Right outside Sylvan? Let's go for it.
Where I parked and I showed you it? With the trailer on there? Or which one was that?
No, that new piece that just came on the market there for
60 acres.
Is it 60 acres? Yeah. Yeah. Find out.
They told me north of 2 million
For 60 acres right there.
for
Oh,
60
you
acres,
didn't
and then
buy?
so when I think about that, and I think about how, like, okay, 60 acres is, two point something million.
Yeah.
Like, imagine pre-colonization, before anyone came here, we had access to all this land. We used it and utilized it, and now they're saying 60 acres is worth 2 point something million, which is crazy. I was like, man, our people were wealthy. We have access to all the land. We weren't trying to kill it. We weren't trying to kill the land. It was so rich in resources, and it fed everyone, and it gave everyone what it needed. And now it's just raped and depleted and sick.
And they want to sell it for more.
I know. I was talking to some farmers about how they grow their crops, and they said they have to rotate it. And I think they said barley was like their main like income producing.
Yeah.
I don't know. You don't quote me on this, but they have to interchange the next year because that barley, like, kills the dirt, right? It kills it so much that they have to change it up. And every third year, they hit up barley and make that income. But it's crazy how that land, the dirt and the soil is all dead.
Yeah, it's dirt. It's no longer soil.
Yeah. So how do you regenerate that soil? Like, what is the process?
Compost.
Compost.
Yeah, compost and just organic compost. If you use you could use manure, you could use even food compost and all of that, and it'd be. I think it'd take a while too.
Yeah.
If you just left it and threw compost on it and gave it a couple of years to regenerate itself, it might come back. But without using all those chemicals and everything, it'd be crazy if they learned how to grow properly.
Compost and rotor-till the land again. The rotor-tilling, they only, what was that, like a thin line they did only? Because if you go any deep.
Yeah, and then it's a good time to plant right now. It's a good time to start germinating seeds. How's your food coming along?
Good.
You got it.
I was surprised. Like, over the last 4 days, it really started to sprout everything.
Yeah.
This is my family's first time growing plants at home, like for food, and we got this indoor tent. We're gonna have an outdoor garden as well, and we're looking into a hydroponic system. That's kind of what me and Nate were talking about there, and going to outgrow all the farms. One hand depth is what they said in the treaties. That they said the depth of a plow. The depth of the plow.
Yeah. So there's a nation there that's actually they filed it's a court motion where they're gonna go through the process because the federal government gave. So they had that initial agreement where they weren't allowed to go deeper than the depth of a plow, and then once they passed off those policies and restrictions off to the different provinces, and then the provinces were they handled that. Then that's kind of when the federal government they disconnected themselves to those treaties, to those requirements, and there's a nation now that are they're suing the federal government for that now. So because they essentially just broke the treaties by giving provinces the jurisdiction to cover those areas. So it's interesting.
Yeah, I was listening to Bob Joseph that he wrote 21 Things you may not know about the Indian Act, and it was talking about like if a reservation becomes kind of too close to a mainstream place that they're able to relocate, you know, the whole place, and they're also if they something about like if it's not being used, they could I guess squatters could use that land and just claim it, you know, for agriculture. And that's a lot of loopholes that they did to like take land from the people. We are still wealthy. We just need to take back our rights as stewards. You know, and that's what we're trying to do with the system because you know, right now, just waiting for it to happen, we're going to be waiting forever, you know? So we're trying to use that system back at them to acquire and get it back. There's stories though of non-indigenous people who are giving back lands, and it's happening more often now, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, they're probably discovering that, you know, like indigenous people were cheated out of a lot of land. So it's, you know, it's only right that they return at least some of that. Because in Canada, what is it? Reserves make up 0.02% of the land mass. So that's how much all the reserves combined only make up 0.02% of the land mass. And yeah, that's, you know, that's next to nothing. That's less than 0.5%. So
Holy crap.
yeah.
I know in the United States, Russell Means was saying that 40% of the natural resources in America are held on indigenous lands, right? They're on reservations, which is pretty insane. But he said we should be rich as the Saudis, but we're not allowed to participate in the economic space of America, so they can't. So all those resources are just held there, right?
And we're doing like 80% of the environmental work, you know, for trying to reclaim and replenish the land and taking on like environmental initiatives. We're doing 80% of that, protecting water, protecting, you know, natural resources, and trying to protect the land. And we make you know, reserves only make up 0.02%, but yeah, we're doing 80% of the frontline environmental work. So, you know, that's just lopsided. It's the white man system.
Exactly. Our new society in Louisville took back our rights to our children in care. The laws was declared, so we take files away from mainstream CFS, which is awesome. That's an awesome thing. You know, when we talk about residential schools, our kids being taken away, all the way up to 60 scoop, that did not end because through the welfare system, they're still taking our kids away and putting them into, you know, non-indigenous homes and putting them into things.
Yeah, that's a whole system too, because, you know, like for a parent, you know, for a parent to take care of their child, they might get, you know, like $200 a month. But when they go into the foster care system, you know, next thing you know, the foster care parents are getting $2,000 a month, and you know, that's another like just a no good system. But anyways, you know, like, yeah, all of these things are coming to light, and I think people are and nations are waking up. So taking back their own children.
I'm working on getting 462 acres of land for generating agriculture, farming of trees, food, and sheep. Paul D. John. Let us come visit. Let us see the process. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's exactly what we want to do. And so let us know where you're at. We would like to follow that process. Keep us posted.
They make lots of money off children in CFS that neglect them. That's absolutely right. You know, and where I'm at, I live in a kind of the city offers their environment, and I work with a lot of indigenous people in this area, and a lot of them are foster care kids, and so I meet a lot of these families who, you could see that they're really disconnected with their culture, their identity, who they are, and so it's pretty cool that they're actually, I'm not even gonna talk about it, man. That's tough. It's a tough talk, and yeah.
Yeah, it gets you fired up, man. It gets you like angry. It gets you angry.
Especially with the youth, right? Like Paul DeJean.
Where are you
I'll
at?
keep y'all. Where are you located? If you're doing sheep, actually, I see sheep all over the place, so it could be anywhere. But if it's ceremonial, it might be down in Arizona, I'm guessing. I don't know. 406 acres, man. What we can do with that, Nate?
Maybe that's something we could focus on doing, is identifying where there's different regenerative agriculture operations, and we can go and visit those places just to learn some tricks of the trade.
Yeah. I'm looking up like farms for sale. For example, 160 acres for 360,000. See, that seems kind of doable.
Yeah.
You know where the cheapest land is like Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan and Manitoba.
Yeah. We might have to relocate, broski. Anywho, just stopped by to say hello to my Pound Times, bro. Love y'all. Peace. Stick around, broski. We're only on for 10 more minutes. Just kidding. Right on, bro. Nice to have you. So Paul is in Oregon. That's
162 acres, right on.
And that's not too far from us. I would come for sure. Especially if you got it going. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I actually love Oregon, man. It's nice. Super nice.
Yeah, I drove the coast over there, so it is nice. Yeah, and maybe we should. He's Northern Cree. That's deadly. From
Really, in Oregon, I guess so. If you're like that northern part, I know a lot of people in Montana, Rocky Boy area, Northern Cree.
Yeah, I'd be. I think that's one thing we should do, is look for those regenerative agriculture operations. Go and learn some firsthand, how they do it, and learn their system. Make it easier by we don't have to reinvent the wheel. We can see what works with other people's operation and use that knowledge. So
Love it.
yeah.
Here you
Eventually
go,
get some
4 acres for 220 grand. That's just close by. Let's make it happen.
Is that that place you showed me?
No, this is a little different. A little more to the west of Reddy.
Okay. Yeah. And what was Dean saying about that organization? Because farmers are aging out and they're looking for people to take over.
Yeah, and a lot of these families, they only have one child sometimes, and so they don't have no one to take care of the family farm, and plus that one child decided to go to university and didn't want to do farming, right? And so yeah, I'm down to network very much. So crop rotation helps so much with helping keep the land healthy.
Definitely. Building food forests, in Atlanta, they actually, right in the city center, they're like in a poor neighborhood. They built a food forest for the community, like the and it was low income people that like help build it and everything. So now they have access to a food forest right in the middle of the hood, basically. So
Yeah.
yes, more places need to do things like that, man.
Planting non-invasive crops is important.
Definitely, yeah. Community gardens,
So,
community food forests, teaching people how to plant their own food and take it home with them, so they could plant at home too.
GoFundMe to purchase land. You know what we're doing? We have some plans in place. One is our language program. One is our merchandise. The other is we're gonna do what's it called? Chase the Ace fundraising. Chase the Ace fundraising thing, and then right now we would have had a couple events that happened. We would have did a powwow. We would have did some fundraising events. But we could do GoFundMe and we could see what happens. I don't know. Would you guys support that? Let us know that. We could set one up, and then together we can make it happen together. There's a native seed program based in Tucson that has great programs and native seed grants distribution that is also available. That's
deadly.
That is deadly. Deadly. Good to hear, Lewis Capman. So see, now we have some resources in place for you guys to know, especially if we're stewards of the land, we're protecting the land, protecting water, and we're help regenerate it together. Hopefully you guys are reading the comments here, because those are resources everyone can tap into. And also working together, right? Paul was talking about, look, he's vertical farming, taking over all the parking structures and turning them into vertical farming areas. See, that's what Nate's into too a lot, is that vertical.
Yeah, creating vertical farming spaces and just trying to be more efficient in space, and especially when there's concrete jungle. You're in a concrete jungle. You just have a little bit of space, and using or learning how to do vertical farming is something that adds to the space, your growing space, essentially. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any more updates at all. We've been still grinding and still working towards making this all happen.
Plant your seeds. Start growing. Now's the time, hey? Tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers. Start germinating your seeds. Start getting your plants ready, so they're the seeds are germinating, and the seedlings start growing, and then you can transfer them outside, put them in your gardens when it gets warm enough. May long weekend is usually the time for us up here. That's when we'll be transferring all our green peppers, tomatoes, cucumbers, things like that. We transfer them in outdoors, so they get the head start that they need to produce as much food as they can for the year and be ready for harvest August, September. So plant your seeds. Cool.
That's pretty much it. We're waiting for a couple of grants that we applied for to hear back over the next month or so, and those will be exciting news if we do get it. We'll keep you guys posted on it, on how that goes. Other than that, we're looking at their own system. We're looking at these farmers grants that people get to acquire new farms, and then looking at kind of resources that we have that's available to Indigenous people. We'll see what we can do, especially around agriculture and regenerative agriculture. There's a lot of opportunity right now that we're looking into, and yeah, so excited about that. If not, we do have a person who owns a lot of land. It's kind of in between where me and Nate live. She's interested in donating a piece of her farm to us to make that happen, to help regenerate that soil. And so it might only be an acre, to start off, but it might be something that definitely we could make something happen.
And prove it so they, that be more open to expanding it, right?
Yeah. So let's talk about that, Nate, and what we can do with that acre. What would be the first steps, the process to regenerating that and getting it going? And then we could bring out youth and school programs and everything to it, and we can make it happen.
Yeah, let's do that. I still have to go there. I still have to meet. I still have to, assess the situation.
So Good Friday, we're having a sweat. So that's next week, next Friday. So let's. Okay. Typically, how long is growing season in your area? So they start usually May long. They start planting all the seeds down, and then they're harvesting by fall usually.
Yeah, by October or August, September.
Yeah, so they start harvesting everything. You guys are doing good for Mother Earth and the youth, so I know you'll be rewarded with resources and tools you need. It's just really just speaking our vision, keep speaking it out, and every time we do, we get a bunch of people inputting and letting us know what's up.
All right, that's 8:00.
All right, guys, that's our weekly check-in with you guys. I just wanted to talk and say hello. Other than that, we'll be again back live Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, and hopefully we have more news to talk about and more good things. But with that, hopefully you guys have a good night. Get that to me, man. I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you later.